Hello everyone and welcome to episode 196 of the Xbox Hall of Gamers podcast. This week I am joined by Char.
Hello.
And Cameron.
Hello!
I mean, you could probably guess what we're going to be talking about this week. It's the Game Awards. They happened the other day. Very, very exciting. Lots of awards and sweeps and Muppets. And
Jesus Christ, Muppets. What the fuck was that about?
Yeah. I mean, it's the same gag every year.
Yeah, they had Statler and Waldorf at the Summer Games Fest earlier this year, so I guess it does make sense, right?
Yeah.
I think I watched a different show. I think I watched the Expedition 33 Game Award show.
You mean, no, that was the joysticks. That was the previous week.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Yeah, so we'll obviously go through the awards. We'll talk about the big announcements. And that's probably going to be about it, to be honest. I mean, like, there's a lot. It was a pretty packed show. It was like,
I want to get
3.5 hours.
I want to get it straight away. Anybody else disappointed Charlie Cox didn't win?
The fact that he wasn't there, yeah, it was very funny. I mean, to be fair, I think they told him beforehand that he wasn't going to win and didn't need to show up, so that was good.
Cool.
As always, we do the show live on Twitch. Xbox Hall of Gamers is a place to find us, so come say hi, hang out, the usual business. We try to interact with the chat as much as possible. But we do have a community question here from our good friend and host, Keo, who says, what's worse, seeing all the collectibles and knowing how many's left, or not knowing where hundreds of collectibles are and having to follow a guide? I don't even know how this is a question. I would much rather know every single collectible and have them all be on the map.
Yeah.
Like, I know it's a huge pain to have a huge map filled with shit, but following a guide and having... I'm getting flashbacks of having to do Crackdown and getting 500 fucking agility orbs and missing one of them towards the end and having to go back and check every single one while I literally was in MS Paint crossing them off on a map that I had. Like...
Yeah.
I can't imagine a thing that's worse than that. I would much rather refer to an in-game system that tracks everything for me.
Same. But I do heavily use Map Genie.
Sure, yeah.
For like almost every game I play, but only because half of the time the in-game map doesn't actually hold as much information as the Map Genie map does. And the Map Genie map tracks everything. Everything that is a NPC or an interaction or just an event or anything that can trigger something in game or a collectible, it will track everything and you can like filter it. That's why I use that. I would not use a guide. A guide would be the worst thing in the world. I can't work through text. I'd need to actually see where it is. And that's why I get a little bit frustrated with some games where like you have a map in one area but not a map in another.
Well, most recent example for me is Will World. Like not having those... like having moving collectibles, and not having a way to track them was a massive pain in the ass.
Yeah, I was lucky enough when I did that game in that I was missing 3 of them by the end of it, and I had a rough idea where they were. And I think, I was missing 4, and I found 3 of them exactly where I thought they would be. And the last one, I was lucky enough to go, okay, let's kind of go back through a list, and I found like within 5. But that was only because I knew it was an issue and was super diligent and was like crossing things. Like, again, that's a perfect example of like something that could really just use a simple quality of life thing for it.
I did the same thing though, but because 2 of them in the second world overlap, I marked the wrong one.
Yeah,
and didn't pick up on.
Did that too. Yeah, that's how I ended up with that in the second area. Yeah, I 100% agree. I think that like we're at that stage now where it's, we don't need to do the Assassin's Creed find 480 flags.
I was going to say it.
Randomly strewn about the fucking map without any kind of like. At least give me a counter of how many collectibles are in each area or how many more I need to get, so I can at least narrow it down from the fucking 1,000 that I need to find to the 50 that I need to
like Return of Savage Planet.
Yeah, like exactly. Savage Planet is a great example of that, whereas like they marked a lot of stuff on the map as you found it. They gave you upgrades to make them easier to find, and then they also told you how many of a thing are in each.
But not exactly where they were, so you still had a little bit of a challenge of trying to hunt them down, which was quite interesting.
Yeah.
Games don't need to go overboard too. I don't mind ones that are mission selected, and I just know there's like, Space Marine 2, for example. We know that there's 2 intel in this particular mission, we need to grab it. That kind of stuff.
Yeah, which is fine. I mean, the main pain there is that I am the one who's using the guide to tell us where those things are. So you just outsource that to me. But whatever.
Yeah. We all share the responsibility.
Under no circumstances has that been true.
Sorry, we all. Maybe I'm just the scapegoat when you're not around.
That's probably it. That's probably it. Actually, someone has to be the guy with the guide, and it's usually me. Yeah, but I think that we've gotten past the stage where you should be hiding collectibles and not having good ways of tracking them in some way or another. There's nothing worse than having a huge list and not knowing which ones you're missing. Whether that's, if it's like audio logs, it's like, we'll give them unique titles. So I can, if I need to check a guide, I can check which one I'm missing. And then I can go, okay, cool, it was in this level. I can go back and get it. Rather than going, oh, you need to collect, a bunch of bananas or fucking flags or fucking quills. And you have no idea which one you're missing. I don't think it adds anything to a video game.
It gets worse though. I just sort of I was debating going back to Creatures of Ava this morning and trying to do that again.
Yeah.
Having the world change and it being missable after a certain point.
Missable collectibles are the worst.
I can give remakes of games that are 20 years old and all that a pass, but newer games, no excuses.
Yeah, which again, that's a big reason why I haven't played Creatures of Ava, which Moonzon finished this week and said he had to go through it twice because he missed something. That just seems insane to me.
Yeah, but
yeah. But all right, but I think that's our only question for this week. So let's get into the news. We'll start with the winners. We'll start with the categories. We kind of went through these when they were announced a couple of weeks ago. Mm-hmm. Do we want to? Where do we want to start?
I was going to say, I think we put down Expedition 33 as all our guesses for last time.
Yeah,
I think we were like. Well, to be fair, I think we were. Yeah, I think we definitely were like Expedition 33 is probably going to win a lot of these. I don't think we said they were going to win all of them.
They didn't win all of them.
That's true, but they were pretty close.
I feel like
of them.
80% of the games of the awards we probably guessed this year.
Yeah, yeah, I think we were pretty close on it. We'll start from the bottom. Player's Voice Award went to Wuthering Waves, which just proves that gamers themselves have no taste. I couldn't believe Wuthering Waves won. I figured it might not...
Up against that list,
yeah.
Considering you had Expedition 33, Dispatch, Genshin Impact, and Hollow Knight, Silk Song in there.
Yeah, I really thought Dispatch was probably going to take it.
Yeah, I was surprised about Hollow Knight not winning.
Yeah. So yeah, clearly people just have no taste. Content Creator of the Year went to Moist Critical. Congratulations to him. That's a great choice.
Did you see the reaction?
Have you seen his reaction?
No,
he's like,
I didn't.
fuck. He was like, God damn it, I didn't want it. His reaction was just like, no, I'm real mad about this. Why me?
It was great. It was so great.
Best esports game went to Counter-Strike 2. No one cares. Best esports team went to Team Vitality. Don't know who they are. Best esports athlete went to Chovy. I don't know. Again, no one cares. Most anticipated game went to GTA 6.
Okay. In future years, I'd really like to know who the runner-ups are in these categories.
Yes, I agree. I would love to see some of this. Yeah, very, very
My
curious.
question is, when they plan their list, do most anticipated games, do they have to be actual games that are definitely absolutely going to come out?
I mean, I guess so. The
release has to be in the next year, right?
I don't think it does have to be.
I was going to say, I'm pretty sure we're not getting Grand Theft Auto next year.
Well, we were supposed to be, but we were supposed to be getting it this year, and then I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Is that actually going to happen?
We'll see. But The Witcher 4 is definitely not coming out next year.
Yeah, I was going to say, who's the runner-up on that list? Who do you reckon got the second most lot of votes?
Oh, The Witcher, for sure. I think 007 looks cool, and people are cool about Wolverine, and Resident Evil's coming out in 3 weeks or whatever. Well, no, maybe not 3 weeks, but it's coming out relatively soon.
The Witcher.
Yeah.
The Witcher 4 is definitely the runner-up in that category.
Absolutely. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, the Game Awards, I was watching a video by Alana Pierce kind of talking about how the Game Awards stuff voting works, and basically it's just basically the number of people who write in a result. It doesn't actually have to even be a game from this year if enough people vote for it. They don't do any vetting or anything like that.
Well,
So
clearly.
I mean, GTA 6 does make sense as the most anticipated game because it will still be the hugest. I was just kind of hoping that it wouldn't.
Oh
win,
yeah, it'll be huge. But it's like, well, is it a win?
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah.
Best adaptation went to Last of Us Season 2. I kind of called that. It was like, it's probably the least worst of things on that list.
Wow, the bottom of the list is definitely Minecraft movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Minecraft was not good. Devil May Cry was also not great, even though they tried to be like, oh, it was really, really good. You know, we got Evanescence singing a song during the show. And I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
Until Dawn apparently was
that was alright.
I had some people in the house watching the Game Awards. They were very excited to see Evanescence on the screen, so that was good.
Yes.
Best multiplayer game went to Arc Raiders. This was a surprise. I welcome one though.
Interesting.
This was cool.
Yeah.
I definitely didn't call that. I was really thinking. Well, I mean, I figured Arc Raiders probably deserved it, but I figured Battlefield 6 was going to win considering how hugely popular it's been. Having said that, Arc Raiders has had a real fucking explosion of popularity since it came out. And people have been really, really like hyped on it.
What was the last game you can think of that has just continued to grow in trajectory though, like past release?
I mean, like Overwatch might be the only one I could think of, and that was a long time ago now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
There's multiplayer games from like mid 2010s that I can think of, like Overwatch. Why am I blanking on the name? DayZ.
Oh,
DayZ grew.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Are we just going to ignore from Fortnite?
Well, I was about to say, Fortnite, but I guess Fortnite didn't come out this year. That's the thing.
No, that's exactly, and that's probably, like, that's why, but, like...
Yeah.
I mean, Fortnite's like... They've got a category for best ongoing, don't they?
They do.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah. And Fortnite was in that category,
Yeah.
Although, it just sounds like a lot of people are going to be like, wait, what the fuck? Because Kardashians are being pulled in now?
Oh, they'll be just as real as they are outside of the game.
It was amazing seeing the little trailer thing that they had for it. It's literally Kim Kardashian on a boat and she drops a diamond into the ocean and she's like crying and sits down on the boat. That is pretty funny.
Oh, boy.
Just take the piss out of Kim Kardashian. I'm fine with this. Like,
we really just need to reach every corner of pop culture.
There's going to be more people in Fortnite than there will be in real life by the end of that game's lifetime.
Yeah.
I mean, the fact that they do all the concerts. Have you seen that Peak?
Yes.
So Peak's following in the same footsteps as Fortnite with a concert inside the game with Baby No Money.
Yes, I did see that.
Yeah.
Iron Mouse and
Iron Mouse, Baby No Money, and Vanilla Mace.
Yeah. And apparently, there's someone discovered that if you press seven times on the keyboard, you can get Iron Mouse's hairstyle.
Cool.
Nice.
That's very cool. Man, I want to play Peak.
Yeah, well, Peak was also on this list, as a best multiplayer game. It
was.
And I didn't think it was going to win, but
yeah.
I'll be honest. I played it. I did not care for it.
Yeah, I don't think it's definitely not my kind of game. I mean, I understand that it's definitely one of those it's definitely a streamer party fun group game. Where
I would do it purely from the purpose of make the three of us and Keo do Peak and see what happens because that would be fucking hilarious.
That's true.
And I don't think any of us would actually try to help each other.
Did you see Aggro Crab's patch notes TikTok?
No, I didn't.
So, because it is a game jam game originally, they committed the cardinal sin of tying vine climbing to FPS frame rate.
Oh, boy.
And some players discovered that.
Yeah, okay. Yep.
So, vines should work as intended now, but they said there might be still, it is a game jam game. There will be still some jank, but...
And then Elden Ring Night Raid was also on the list. I didn't think that was going to win, but I was it really was between Arc Raiders and Battlefield 6. I'm glad Arc Raiders kind of got their award because they're doing some great work. Best sports / racing game went to Mario Kart World. I did not call this. I was like, people did not like that game. People thought it was bad for the most part, as far as I could tell. But maybe it's just Most people didn't pick up Sonic Racing or Rematch or any of these other ones.
Yeah, it's
Potentially.
majority
It was
rules.
packed in with the Switch 2. So if you bought a Switch 2, you probably played it, and you're like,
Yeah.
well, I'll vote for this one, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think most people agreed that it was kind of a step down from 8. Best sim and strategy game went to Final Fantasy Tactics. No big surprise there. The Alters obviously would have been nice to have them in there as well, but I don't think anything else on this list was really going to compete with that. Tactics apparently is, I mean, it is a building on a fantastic game, and they've made a lot of really good improvements to it apparently. It's on my to play list once it goes on sale. Best family game went to Donkey Kong Bonanza, which is the only award that it got, unfortunately, but apparently is a very, very good game. But I think it was also a clear winner out of that list. There wasn't really anything else on there. Yeah, Mario Kart World, Sonic Racing, Split Fiction, a couple of Lego games. Yeah, I think it was going to be an easy winner.
Yeah.
Best fighting game went to Fatal Fury, City of the Wolves. Best RPG went to Clair Obscura, which is probably not a surprise to anyone. That's probably something that it should easily have won. Although I know a lot of people are upset that Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 didn't win that, because that's probably the category that it fit best into.
Yeah.
Best action adventure went to Hollow Knight Silksong, which is great. Good for them.
Yep.
I looking at the list, I think it was definitely the strongest in that category. Death Stranding 2, I don't know. Action adventure is kind of a weird category as always, but
Yeah.
Apparently, I don't know which category it was, but there's a clip of Kojima just looking so displeased.
really? Oh, that's so funny.
Oh, buddy.
Like about, I don't know if it was Hollow Knight or if it was Expedition 33 though. Like what it was in the award.
When I was watching the Game Awards, the stream, I did get to do the Leonardo snapping and pointing at the thing when I saw Kojima. They just did a quick shot of him during the intro. And I was like, he's there. He's there. Best action game went to Hades 2, which was a nice surprise, actually. I did think Battlefield might take it out. But, Hades 2 is definitely a great get for that. I think that's probably where it's well-deserved.
Yeah, especially after Hades did so well.
Yeah, exactly. I'm really hoping it comes to Xbox soon. The Midnight Walk won Best VR game. Best mobile game went to Uma Masune, the fucking horse girl game.
Girls. Pretty Derby, yep.
Yeah, they were. It was.
I'm not surprised. They have worked so freaking hard on that game.
Yeah. I mean, and again, they're all microtransaction gotcha hell, but this one at least is very, very cute and got Northern Lion to play it, so it was clearly going to win. Best debut indie game went to Clair Obscura, which, no big surprise there. I know there was definitely some controversy about this. And the next category, best independent game in general, also being won by Clair Obscura. You're going to start noticing a theme here.
Yeah.
Again, the indie category is very loosely defined at this point. A lot of people, there's been some controversy around whether Clair Obscura should be able to be nominated, considering they had a publisher. But
And it's AA game rather than a AAA, right?
Well, again, also not well defined either, right? Like a budget of 10 million.
Like they openly say it's an AA game, not.
Yeah. It's one of those things of like, if you're developing a AA game, but then you have so much support from a publisher, and you still...
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like how much... At what point are you independent, and at what point are you not?
I mean, like all those external staff though, and all those contractors and that, they wouldn't be retained after the game's completion. It would just be the 33 devs. So
yeah. So I mean, there is definitely some controversy in that space. I mean, is it to do with team size? Is it to do with budget of the game? Is it to do with whether you have a publisher or not? I don't know. I mean.
I find it interesting too. This is like one of those games that is just, we always talk about recency bias.
Sure.
And just smashed through that. Like the game came out in Feb?
March,
yeah, early.
Early in the year. Yeah.
And usually there's something else that comes out during the year that just smashes it. Like Baldur's Gate did that, right? Because Baldur's Gate was slightly later in the year and just smashed through all of the competition. Same thing, but interesting that And it's interesting that they've noted here that the debut indie game has Sandfall Interactive, Kepler Interactive, and then independent game, Sandfall Interactive.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Right? That's an interesting one. Is that like deliberate, or is that just they
Well,
just
because
wrote it
Kepler are the
down?
publisher, yeah.
Yeah, so it's
Yeah.
interesting that it's like it's treated in
But-
that category because of
Yeah, why is that? Because
Sandfall.
the rest of the best independent games, though, have their publishers other
Yeah.
than Hollow
Well,
Knight
except for Supergiant
Hades,
and
which
Team
are
Cherry, but
self-published. So
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know if that's just a mistake there or...
Maybe, but yeah, Supergiant is just Supergiant, and then Team Cherry for Hollow Knight.
Yeah,
But
because they self-published, because they basically
Yeah.
those two
Yeah.
teams made enough money on their own games. And I
Exactly.
imagine both those games probably have a, well, I don't know about the budget, but yeah, it's just, yeah.
I was going to say,
Hades 2 probably had a relatively pretty big budget, I assume.
yeah, Hades 2 and Silksong, they would not do anything other than self-publish. That's
Yeah.
taking too much money away from it.
didn't Expedition 33 have a really low budget though? Like
10 million,
like
10 mil.
yeah.
which for
Real
a game of that quality is
Yeah,
shockingly
like
low.
crazy. Yeah. So like it's kind of valid, but also it's like, wait, hang on. Yeah. You can see why they won,
Yeah.
but it's also like it does question why they're in so many different categories.
Because they made a game that resonated with a lot of people, right? I don't think there's anything
Yeah.
wrong with that.
Yeah.
After this, I want to bring up a point, and I want to see if you guys agree with it, but I want to go through the rest
Yeah.
of the...
All right,
Cool.
we'll get to
I'm
those.
chuffed with the next one.
Yeah, best community support. So that went to Baldur's Gate 3.
Yeah. I'm not surprised by this at
Very
all.
curious how they define that. I don't know. I mean, like, I know they've done a few updates this year when they said they weren't going to do any more, but I'm not really sure.
And they're all
Yeah.
free updates.
Yeah.
The only thing they said that they were not going to do anymore is any more DLCs or anything that was paid.
Yeah.
So the only thing that they had said was that they would release updates, but they would always be free.
Yeah, well, I mean, they're going to be busy with what they're working on next, so I don't know how much
Divinity.
more support
Yeah.
it's going
Yeah.
to get. Best ongoing game went to No Man's Sky, finally, after all these years.
Yeah.
I think it was that they've been nominated for this like 5 years in a row.
This is the Makeup Award! Woo!
Yeah, no, they definitely deserve that.
Yeah.
Games for Impact went to South of Midnight, which I was a surprise, but a good one. I think that it's definitely a game with a message, quote unquote.
I'm not going to lie. I don't think you going on stage and being like, oh, by the way, we're releasing on PlayStation and Switch is a good thing, especially for the Games for Impact category.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, you know, you get your chance. I mean, like even Clair Obscure, they went out and announced that they have new DLC Shadow dropping that
Yeah.
day. So like,
Well, like as soon that's what happened when they got the final one. They said it's now available right now.
yeah, exactly. Like that
right?
happens a lot.
So, yeah, it's their opportunity to reveal something, right?
I know. I just, in that category specifically, just,
I don't know. I mean, they want more people to experience the game. The Game Awards is
Yeah.
essentially a marketing tool, and it's a way to celebrate those games.
Yeah.
And like again, they work exclusively on Xbox, so now other people get a chance to try it. So it's good to promote it.
Experience it. So that's
It
kind
might have just been this year, just seemed like too much. I don't know. Previous years, I've been okay with the balance of like marketing and that to it, whereas in this year, it just felt like I'm watching ads. I'm just watching ads again.
It's always been that
very
way.
much
Gavin.
felt
I
like
know
that,
always,
yeah.
but like this year just felt significantly more like it'd gone
But
the
I feel
wrong
like
direction.
when we get to the announcements, I think that's more to do with the stuff they were showing off as stuff you just aren't interested in. So you're just kind of seeing
Yeah.
those ads.
Yeah.
Which I think that's why I zoned out half the time when they were doing the trailers because some of the trailers just didn't fit together, and I was like, well, this is a weird order to put trailers in, but
And we didn't get any Half-Life 3. God damn it.
Well,
God damn
spoilers,
it.
But yes, the Half-Life 3. Game Changer Award. So this is something I think they introduced this last year. I think it was where they were basically awarding an organization or a person that's done a lot to help support games and the game industry. So they awarded that to Girls Make Games, who are an initiative that are helping women in the games industry. Innovation and accessibility went to Doom the Dark Ages, which I was really happy with because I feel like that's, I think you don't really think accessibility when you think of Doom, but the Dark Ages had the most amount of accessibility options of a game I've ever seen.
Cool.
In terms of like, you can make the game as hard or as easy as you want. You can change so much about it to kind of customize your experience in a way that I've not outside of doing something like a strategy game where you can kind of really customize games. Like a first-person shooter having all these options was really cool.
It was most definitely like the most successful. Yeah. What was I going to say? Like just in terms of reaching a wider audience too.
Sure.
Like you think the type of games Doom usually are.
Yeah.
Being able to just pass it to anybody and be like,
Anyone
as long as
can
it's
play it now,
content appropriate.
And then we had Best Performance, which went to Jennifer English, which, to be honest, I was not hugely surprised. Clair Obscure did get 3 nominations in there with Ben Starr and Charlie Cox. I feel like Ben Starr probably could have won it as well, but I think Jennifer English just knocked it out of the park, as she always does. It was fun to see Erica Ishii also sitting there just eating popcorn, unabashedly waiting for the
Erica's great. I love Erica.
Erica's very funny.
Erica was cheated.
Best audio design went to Battlefield 6 over Clair Obscure, which, you know what, I think that actually is probably well deserved. Battlefield 6 apparently has some amazing soundscape stuff going on.
Compared to what they actually won, I'm fine with this, only because like their music is more in the music, not necessarily the audio design.
Yeah. Yeah, which again, in Best Score of Music went to Clair Obscure.
Yep.
No big surprise there. I mean,
well deserved, to be fair. Like the music in Expedition 33 is fucking amazing.
And they did a live performance of it right at the beginning of the show, and it was amazing. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. It was just, absolutely fantastic.
Phenomenal orchestra.
Best art direction went to Clair Obscure. Best narrative went to Clair Obscure. Best game direction went to Clair Obscure. And then game of the year went to Clair Obscure.
Yeah.
I mean, holy shit. I've never seen no one has ever seen a sweep like this, but
well, this is record breaking because they haven't had, like, even Baldur's Gate, this past Baldur's Gate.
Yeah.
3.
Yeah. No, so was it 9?
9. Yeah.
9 out of the 11 categories. The 11 categories they were nominated for, they won. Like, that is insane.
And to be honest too, like, everybody that I wanted to win an award won an award, with probably the exception of Blueprints.
Sure. I still think Ad Hoc should. I think Dispatch definitely should.
And Dispatch,
Yeah, Dispatch, Well, I want to play Dispatch, but
I wanted to come to Xbox. I've had everything spoiled to me because of TikTok.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm 100% down to play it as soon as it's on.
And they'll do another season. Like it's been a huge smash success for them. So.
I mean, it took them 7 years to make, though, didn't it? It was like 5 or 7.
Sure, but they went through a lot of iterations. I mean, originally that game was going to be like a live action FMV game. So they've, But I think now that they've kind of got it down, I'm hoping that they can definitely get a season 2 going a little bit quicker.
Aren't they working with something? Are they working with? What's the? Who does D&D? Critical Role.
Oh yes, they're doing a Critical Role thing. Yes, they have some collaboration there as well. Yeah.
Because I thought that was the next thing, but the topic that I wanted to bring up was this has probably been the best game awards in terms of an advertisement for Game Pass.
Yeah, it's a good shout. Actually, you're right.
Yeah,
because I'm really trying to rack my brain around. Do we think Expedition 33 would have had this much, had these many nominations and all that, this much recognition, if it wasn't to Game Pass providing that accessibility?
Yeah, with more people being able to play it because it's actually more accessible than usual. Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I know that they've gone out and acknowledged that Game Pass was a part of their at least financial success in terms of but in terms of the award season, a game that had so much groundswell and also was not full price and taps into so much nostalgia in terms of like design of, you can see the paintbrushes of things like Final Fantasy X and Lost Odyssey and the Sekiro element stuff, and you know, like it's a clear love of those games, which, you know, wanky games journalists and podcasters like us love that kind of shit. So I still think it would have done probably just as well, but I definitely feel like it got a wider mass appeal, and it's easier to recommend to people and get people excited about because it was a Game Pass for sure.
Especially compared to like Baldur's Gate, because you like it took so long for me to jump on Baldur's Gate that I'd had friends that had already been playing it through Steam, and I had not even, because it hadn't come to Xbox yet, right? And then when it did come to Xbox, you had to buy it full price.
Yeah.
So, and I was always going to, but that would have been something that would have potentially held me back from playing Expedition 33.
Yeah.
If I had not been able to play it through Game Pass, I probably would not have even been able to start it, because I haven't bought any games this year. So like that would have put me back.
Yeah. But in terms of like the people who vote for this stuff, they play everything. They mostly get review codes.
Yeah.
So I don't actually think it would have impacted this stuff as much.
No, I think that still would have been fine. I think it just would have been it just potentially would not have been as widespread as it is.
Yeah. I guess the other flip side to that too is like how many Game Pass titles are in the, like there's Expedition 33, there's Hades 2, there's Silk Song.
Hades 2 isn't on Game Pass, but yeah.
No. But,
oh, sorry. Yeah. No,
yeah,
I'm Hades
games
1.
that are on Game Pass, but
so,
Silk Song is
so it's
on
only
Game Pass.
Hollow Knight and Clair Obscur, really.
Like, there's a whole bunch of this list.
Blue Princess?
Blue Princess, yes. So it's bought it. Like on the in the indie side for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. But Game Pass is known for putting a fair few indies into Game Pass, right? Like,
yeah, that's definitely how they make
actively
up the
do
numbers.
that.
Yeah.
So that I'm not surprised by.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, those are the awards, and yeah, Clair Obscur absolutely swept. And I know some people there's been some discussion on our Discord around like if you win one category, maybe you shouldn't be able to win another. Like if you're going to win,
you're going to end up winning game. Yeah.
Yeah, if you're going to win Game of the Year, you're probably also going to win your own category of like, you know, best RPG or whatever. And but I think that.
But then, what happens to best score in music? What happens to all of those other categories that are not specific to like gameplay?
Yeah, exactly. I totally agree. And I think that, you know, we've talked in the previous years around how the like best direction for a game is usually like almost the runner-up for Game of the Year. But the last 2 years, because I think it was Alan Wake won best direction in 2020, Alan Wake 2 won in 2023, and then Baldur's Gate won Game of the Year. And those was like 1 and 2 on my list in terms of like games of the year.
Yeah, I mean, we called that and said that before those two even won, right?
But then it was like
we knew that was coming.
But then Astrobot last year won both, and then Clair Obscur won them both this year as well. So it's like I feel like if you just have a strong enough game, but it's also just been a really strong year for games in general.
Yeah. We've had a lot of games this year.
Yeah, and I still haven't played all of them. I'm a little sad that Silent Hill F didn't get a shout out in best story, best narrative, but I feel like that has been definitely one of the more interesting games I've played this year, especially from, you know, a franchise that's that storied, pun intended.
Yeah.
But yeah, overall, are you guys surprised? Are you guys happy with the results? Is there any kind of thing there that you think, wow, maybe?
I'm surprised, happy that most games that I think deserve the recognition got an award.
Yeah.
With the exception of Blueprints and Dispatch, but
I'm not surprised. I think it's an interesting take, but I think even just being nominated gets you into the line of sight for a lot of people, right? Because people are going to be like, oh, this was nominated in this category, even though it didn't win. I want to then say like, I might want to play all of the ones that were nominated, right? So I think it's good to see how many different games were nominated, and a lot of the ones that I wanted to be nominated were in there. So like, I'm glad that Hades 2 was in there because I've always loved the Hades franchise, and I'm a big Supergiant fan. So like, I'm pleased with that. Do I wish there was a bit more variety in wins? Sure. But also, I think Expedition 33 deserved it. Like, they've done such a phenomenal job on that game. I have pet peeves with it, but it's like minor things compared to the actual story. And then... Yeah.
It's this might be a bit self-serving of me, but it is funny to like, you know, check the quality of games that you're playing.
Yeah.
Like few games in this that I'm just like, all right, well, I know I'll enjoy these, or give you the second look of.
For sure. I mean, it's the same thing as like the Oscars and stuff, right? Like I usually look at the things that come out for Best Picture.
Yeah, what
And
movies
I'm like,
came
what is
out?
this?
And
I've
then,
never even heard of this, or this looks interesting. I was like, oh, I thought I heard about this, but I didn't get around to watching it. Maybe I should.
or like watch the movies that are nominated, even not just
that's
the
what
ones
I mean.
that won, right?
Exactly.
Like,
Yeah. So
that's the whole point. That's what I like about it, is the fact that it's getting visibility across the board for all of these different games. Like, it's not just, hey, it was Expedition 33's win, but like there were so many other games in there that I was like, yeah, cool. I actually probably want to check that one out.
All right, well, let's get into the real reason people are here, which is the announcements. Because no one gives a shit about the awards, apparently. So, yeah, we'll just go through them. If you've got anything you want to say about them, feel free to just jump in. The first, they did the pre-show, which they had the Free Shepherd, which looks like an adorable game where you play as a sheepdog herding your flock across a bunch of environments. I don't know, it looks very beautiful, kind of like, I don't know how you define the art style, but it's like quite muted and quite simple art, but looks really, really nice. Has that nice orchestral swelling music and all that sort of stuff, and it's probably going to have some heartbreaking moments and all that sort of stuff. But apparently that's not coming till like 2027, which you'll notice they started off how they meant to continue, because there is a lot of stuff here that is not coming for a good
It's
while.
2027, yeah. Except for one game at the very end that they revealed, and then we're like, it's literally coming out in a couple of months.
Yeah.
But no one knew about it, and it's kept completely entirely silent.
Yeah, we'll talk about that because that's an interesting one.
Yeah, we will. Yeah.
Decrepit, which is a first-person melee action game, which is very Souls-like inspired. Yeah, it looks like Souls, like Dark Souls meets Skyrim, kind of, first-person combat and timing and blocking and stuff. Looks really fucked up, and no date on that or anything like that. And they had a little bit of gameplay in there though, so hopefully not too far away. But the no date makes me think that probably not next year. It's probably another 2027 at the earliest. Audio Mech, from the creator of Audio Surf, is another sort of 2D game that uses your music, but it's a 2D shoot 'em up as opposed to like a racing game. Pragmata finally got a release date that's coming in April.
Yeah, I was like, if this game does not get a release date,
it's never coming out. Yeah, I feel bad because it's been delayed.
This is the fifth time it's been shown.
Like something like that. Yeah, like the fifth or sixth time. It's been shown so many times, and they made a graphic of the cute little girl holding up a sign that had I think it said like 2025 on it, and it said sorry on it, and that didn't even come out this year either.
It's like Capcom. I know your games I know all your other games have been doing really well for you, and you've been making a lot of money, but you gotta just release the game already.
Yeah.
Bradley the Badger, which is like a 3D platformer that's very like meta in that sort of Banjo-Kazooie style, but then also is about game development, and like you can like he gets like a remote, he gets like the ability to change things within the game and like himself and make things bigger and smaller, and kind of like dev tools, and you can see textures missing, and they had some weird FMV section in there, and it looks weird and meta in a way that I'm like, oh cool, okay, video game fights the creator.
Yeah, this one I do want to play, but just the fact that it's just PC at the moment, that's the only bummer for me.
Yeah, I guess I probably want to see how it does. I mean, I'm very curious of like the scope of something like this.
Yeah. Like it's the same for most indies.
Yeah. Founded by the lead designer of Red Dead Redemption and the director of Mario Rabbids series, which is a very interesting combination. And their protagonist apparently is being played by Evan Peters.
That's pretty cool.
Who's Evan Peters again?
I'm gonna wait for you to both to figure this one out, because this is mildly entertaining.
Quick trivia.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I thought it was. Just like I wasn't 100% sure.
Wanda's fake brother.
Yes.
What's his name?
You will get there.
It was Dick something or other. I can't remember what it was.
It was a dick joke, wasn't it?
It was a dick joke of some kind. Yeah.
It was. Yeah.
I remember that. Yeah.
I haven't watched WandaVision in ages.
Yes,
Stupid Never Dies, which is like a character action game with a girl and a zombie, and I was like, I was like, Suda, if you probably need to talk with these people in court, because it really feels like they've just taken Lollipop Chainsaw and made a rip off of it. It looks, to be fair, it doesn't look great. It's being funded by NetEase. We'll see. I mean, it's founded by an old Capcom producer. It's got like I guess they're kind of going for, I don't know. It has like a style thing to it. I don't know. This is coming out next year though, so we'll see. But I don't think it's going to get much. I think it's going to kind of just disappear. The big one that everyone got super excited about, myself included, I nearly fucking jumped out of my chair. Star Wars: Fate of the Old Republic. So they have a cinematic trailer, which is it's a new debut single-player action RPG based on the Star Wars Old Republic series, with Casey Hudson running it, who's the guy, if you don't know, who basically did the entire Mass Effect trilogy and not the original Knights of the Old Republic for BioWare. To say I'm excited is an understatement. This is like dream game territory in terms of like who's working on it, the kind of thing, like what they're doing with it, the franchise, the timing, the kind of game it is. Like, it's everything I could ever ask for. The only thing is that apparently this studio only like came into existence in July, and this game is probably not due till like 2030 at this rate.
Yeah. It's going to be a while.
The initial trailer that's being shown off, it could go through a whole bunch of iterations before its release.
Yeah, and this could very much end up like the KOTOR remake and just kind of languish. So I'm not holding my breath by any means. I'm very, very excited for it, but there's nothing here yet. It is just cinematics.
Yeah.
But I knew it was Star Wars just from the goddamn ship. As soon as I saw it flying into space, I was like, that's a fucking Star Wars ship. The other big one they showed off was which had a big show going on in the middle of the stage with people getting pulled up in wires and stuff. Is Divinity, Larian's new project. They're going back to the Divinity franchise, which is their original IP. It's just called Divinity, so we don't know if it's a remake or if it's like, again, we don't know anything about it. It was very much just a cinematic trailer. It looked really fucked up and interesting.
Very cool.
Yeah. I thought this was God of War Egypt. Or what were the other rumors? God of War Egypt.
It does not look like that at all, but like it has medieval vibes, especially with like Burning Man.
Yeah, because there was a whole statue out in the desert or whatever, and people were trying to guess what it was all about. And yeah, so this is what it turns out to be.
People figured it out, I think, like 3 days prior to the awards.
Right.
Oh, right. Yeah. There we go.
Because there was IP registration or something like that. Yeah.
Right, yeah.
That would make sense. Yeah.
Trademarking the names and stuff. Yeah. I mean.
Yeah.
I've played quite a few of the older Divinity games, like Divinity 2, like Ego Draconis and that kind of stuff. I have Original Sin sitting on my hard drive in my unstarted backlog collection. I do want to play it, but it is quite the investment of time. It is it's a 150-hour RPG, like Baldur's Gate 3 level. They said that this is going to be even bigger than Baldur's Gate 3, so we'll see how that goes. Not expecting anytime soon. No details, no gameplay, nothing. I think they've obviously been working on this.
It was just the cinematic trailer,
but.
And it was the people, and then the cinematic trailer, which was phenomenal.
Yeah, their trailer was really, really well done.
Yeah.
And then J.J. Abrams fucking showed up with Mike Booth from Left 4 Dead, and they were like, "Oh, hey, we're doing a co-op four-person co-op third-person shooter roguelite."
Helldivers did really well for us. We're going to try and get it looked bad. It looked bad.
4Loop? Yeah, 4Loop did not look good.
Cool.
It gave Redfall vibes.
That's exactly what I said. I was like, oh, this looks a lot like Redfall.
This is just Redfall. This is PlayStation trying to do Redfall because Helldivers 2 succeeded.
Yeah, they want, again, they're trying to do...
Because Redfall did so well.
Yeah. Well, I mean... The idea behind Redfall is not the worst, right? And I guess
it's not. They just didn't pull it off very well.
The premise of Redfall isn't bad. It's just the fact that it is so disjointed and so broken.
Yeah, to be fair, I looked at this and I was like, "Oh boy, you guys have picked maybe the wrong." I was like, what is this? Like, okay, so it's a Left 4 Dead style game in terms of like 4 players, but it's third person, not first person. And it's roguelite mode because you can see, like, they literally have the path of like something like a Slay the Spire or a Inscription or whatever. It was like, pick your path. to get to the end and just die over and over again, and we'll just reprint you. And I was like, okay, I mean, good luck, but I feel like the as Kirby calls it, the pick 3 genre is pretty fucking saturated right now. And I mean, doing a shooter is maybe a slightly different take on it, but the thing it also reminded me of is like, this is kind of like how Remnant does things, right? Where it's like Remnant from the Ashes and Remnant 2, where it's like a third-person shooter with roguelike elements. But this looks like it's very, very roguelite with very, very light on story. So, again, no more details. We kind of heard a little bit about this the other day. I think it got leaked. But we'll see. No date, a little bit of gameplay. I don't know, maybe this will be a boys game, who knows, but it comes to Game Pass maybe, but right now it's only coming to PC and PlayStation 5, so. Next one we saw was Coven of the Chicken Foot, which you play an old woman with the sort of monstrous companion. It has, it looks really, really beautiful. I love the art style. It has not quite Ghibli, but almost that kind of like very like blocky. I'm terrible at describing colors because
like Sweet Carol.
Yes, it has that kind of like that kind of drawn, like that Studio Ghibli kind of styling of like very like.
Wacky backgrounds and then clear.
I love this description on the YouTube trailer. Baba Yaga in The Last Guardian.
Yes, that's exactly what it is because she has chicken feet, and that's actually what when we were watching it over here.
Yeah, Baba Yaga is the chicken feet house.
Yeah, exactly. So it definitely has that vibe going to it. It reminds me of something like, Majin and the Forsaken Kingdom, or there have been a few kind of games in this kind of genre, but looks really, really beautiful. It's a person with their pet, but you're an old lady this time. I'm thinking something like what was that game? The one where you have the cute little like boy and his blob, or Planet of Lana, or something like that, where it's like you and a cute little thing doing platforming stuff. No release dates, nothing. We just this is the first time we're hearing about it. Ontos, this one I'm super excited for.
So this one,
so this is from Frictional. So these are the guys who do Amnesia, who do Soma. It's got Stellan Skarsgård in it. He's amazing. It's like, let's do. It's basically like, it's a hotel on the moon. So they're taking the BioShock approach of weird thing in a weird location. You come there after things have been fucked up. Try and survive. I'm sure it'll have some really weird, surreal stuff. It's about like a lot of body horror and like what makes you human. Again, very much like Soma. I'm there day one for this. I'm super on board for this. Yeah, 100%. South Midnight talked about how they have. They're coming to PlayStation 5 and Switch 2. Resident Evil Requiem, the worst kept secret of all time, is that Leon S. Kennedy was going to be in this game, and yes, he very much is. They're going to do the dual protagonist thing where he has an action mode and she has like a more survival horror thing kind of going on, similar to what they did in Resident Evil 6, I guess, but hopefully better than that. It looks like from a fidelity perspective, looks amazing. I really enjoyed Resident Evil 7 and 8, so I'm sure 9 will be fantastic. But again, not a huge surprise, as we all kind of knew this was happening. Order of the Sinking Stars. So this is Jonathan Blows, and I saw this on the screen. I was like, "Fuck, this is never going to leave me, is it?" The Witness got mentioned because he is the one who made that. He made the Braid in The Witness, and so he's made this ridiculous thing where it's like 4 different mechanics or style of games that all get crossed over with each other, and the mechanics bleed into each other, and you have to be able to interact with them. It looks crazy complex in a way that I don't think I've ever seen in a video game before. I don't know if I'm going to play this, but it is coming out next year. I don't know if we had any thoughts. I'd recommend checking out the trailer for this because it is. I was like, oh, okay, it looks like a kind of cute puzzler with 4 different things, and then they kind of reveal like how it works, and yeah, super.
I like puzzle games, but not when they get that complicated. Yeah, so it'll be an interesting one.
Yeah, I trail off after Sudoku.
Well, yeah.
This is
more than 9 numbers. I'm out.
That's it.
Exodus.
I'd probably still try it though.
Yeah, looks interesting.
Yeah, so Exodus, this is the one that they revealed. Was it last year? I think they showed this off. This is the Matthew McConaughey as the main character one, where it's like, hey, we have Mass Effect at home. They're very much like, yeah, we're going to do a Mass Effect game in our own universe. Wizards of the Coast are doing this, so it's like their IP, that something they've spun up. They got BioWare's creative director on board, so they're clearly like, they're doing another BioShock. Sorry, another Mass Effect, but just without the Mass Effect IP.
I will only play this game if there is a mention of a tuna sandwich. That is my weirdest criteria for this game ever. But unless I get Matthew McConaughey's sandwich in this game, I am not playing it.
Well, to be fair, I think he's like also like funding it or something. He's involved in some way, because remember they trotted him out to talk about the game when they announced it ages ago. I mean, I'll say this: I think it was supposed to come out next year originally, but it's been delayed. It looks like, so it's another 2027.
2027, yeah.
The pre-rendered stuff looked pretty good, but the actual gameplay looked a little rough.
It looks like one of those AA games that you'd get on a sale and you'd enjoy that.
Yeah,
it's not. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm hoping that they kind of put some more polish on it over the next couple of years, but it definitely looked a little rougher than what I was expecting for something that has this kind of talent behind it.
Yeah.
Wizards of the Coast also doing another game, Warlock. Had no idea this was coming. The cinematic trailer looked
Dungeons
really cool.
and Dragons.
Yeah, so like, I guess, I was joking that everyone plays a Warlock of some kind in D&D these days, so
I mean,
it makes sense. But again, just cinematic trailer. We didn't really see anything else about it. Coming to PC only at this stage.
Yeah, there's no details.
No date, no details.
Just that it's a fantasy RPG. Like,
cool.
Cool.
Control Resonant. This looks amazing.
Yeah. Yes.
This is the only one that I'm like, yep, sold day one.
Yep.
Yeah. I will play that on my PC. Like, I do not care. Like, I will play.
Yeah. Yeah.
As soon as it's out, I'm in. Like, Control. That is one of the games that I like absolutely fucking loved when I first started playing the Xbox games.
Yeah.
That was in that first year. And absolutely loved Control. So I'm 100% down for this. Like,
I mean, we can only pick up so much from a trailer, but
you've got two playable characters.
Well,
maybe.
Well, playing as Jesse is an interesting choice.
Well, not playing as Jesse, you mean?
Sorry, playing as
Dylan. Yeah, her brother.
Dylan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the rumors are that you should still be able to swap to Jesse in parts of the game. That's what I've read online anyway.
Interesting. Yeah, I'd be really curious to see how it goes, because I mean, like, I think Dylan was a super interesting character from the original game. I won't say too much because obviously there's huge spoilers in the fact that he exists. But also,
sorry, keep going.
I was gonna say the move to like melee combat and like the big hammer thing, and the fact that it's like the hiss have escaped the oldest house, and that it's like into the streets of New York, and things are gonna get weird, and like I'm super about it. Like,
just the vibe that this trailer put down was like, yeah, I need to play this.
I mean, I'm ride or die for Remedy. Like, I'll go with wherever they want to go with this stuff. So this is a day one for me for sure.
Yeah.
But no release date or anything like that for that yet. The title of that did get leaked, I think, a couple of weeks ago, because again, more trademark stuff.
Yeah. It got leaked early, but yeah.
It looks fucking great. Gang of Dragon. So it's from the Yakuza creative director. He's like, hey, I'm doing another Yakuza game.
I like how everybody that was reacting to the game was just like, this is an RGG game, right?
Yeah.
This is like every single person I watched is just like came to that same conclusion. I think the character models out of any other game I've seen here are like the best.
Yeah, they look amazing. Yeah, to be fair, like, it's all. I think it was all pre-rendered. I don't think any of it was in engine, but I still was very, very impressed. Yeah, looks fucking great. I mean, I want to see more of it, but it is very much like, yeah, we're doing RGG, but without RGG. And he's like left RGG, and he's like, cool, I'm bringing the Yakuza with me.
It made me think of that meme of like It's Godzilla. No, it's not. We can't legally say that it's Godzilla. It's not Yakuza.
Run like it's Godzilla, even though it is not.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's the only kind of thing. Because again, like it's Yakuza.
That's the guy from Heroes who does that bit too. Actually, that's very funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Street Fighter. I don't know what the like.
No.
It
Not
looks
for me.
it looks real cheesy. I mean, to be fair, like I'm glad they're leading into it, but man, they got
When
some
is
real.
it not cheesy?
They got a lot of like non-acting people. Like even Alison was like, "Is that fucking Roman Reigns?" And I was like,
They've got a whole bunch of like the WWE
"Yeah,
guys now, and like even I was like, wait, what the fuck? What's his name? Cody Rhodes
Cody
has come
Rhodes.
from AEW,
yeah."
and now got pulled
He's
into
playing Guile,
WWE.
I
He's
think it
in
was,
there,
right?
yeah. And I'm like, holy fuck. Okay, I will watch this because I will watch it. Of
Yeah.
course I will. But then it's like, do we then have to watch both? Like,
We did the original first, yeah,
We
didn't
did.
we?
We did
We
the
did
original.
indeed.
Yeah, the original. Yeah, the original
Yeah.
is amazing. I love the original.
Yeah, the original was good.
Well, I don't
Yeah,
know
I
good,
enjoy
but
it.
I love it.
I hesitated there. Yeah,
Sure.
it was
all
not our
hesitation.
worst. It was not our worst movie we've ever
It is one of my
watched. Let's just
favorites.
say
It's up
that.
there with Mortal Kombat in terms of like video game movies that I love. Just because Jean-Claude Van Damme as Guile, not being able to do an American accent. Get the hostages out of.
Is that the one the Tuesday quote comes from?
Yes, that is yes. But
Yeah.
for me, it was Alice and I
It's a
literally looked at
Tuesday.
each other and did the quote when we saw when we saw Bison come on screen. It was like, yeah, it's just you're never going to beat Raul Julia for that, unfortunately.
Yeah. Tough. Oh, man.
It looks like it'll be an appropriate level of cringe.
Yeah. So we're
Lego
watching it, yeah?
Sorry, what? Yeah, we're definitely watching.
So we're
100%.
watching it, yeah.
Yes. They did have a bit though where he's beating up the car, so I was like, all right, well, they at least play the video games. Lego Batman: Legacy of the Dark Knight. We saw a bit more of that. We've seen it before. They've got a release date that's coming out in May.
Like from last year.
Yeah. I mean, it looks like I'm sure it'll be good. They definitely they had Batman show up, talking about the game or whatever. I don't know.
Batman.
And then I got to be sad about how Kevin Conroy died, and we're never going to get and all that sort of stuff. But they showed off the 2 new Tomb Raider games coming out. So we got Legacy of Atlantis, which is again yet another remake of the original game.
Yeah.
Which, if you didn't know, Tomb Raider Anniversary was a remake of the original game. And they said, "Oh, it's coming up on its 30-year anniversary," and then I just crumbled into dust because I remember playing the original, and they didn't need to do me like that.
No.
These both leaked prior to the show too.
Yes, they did. Yeah.
Yep.
And then Tomb Raider Catalyst, which is their new one coming out for 2027.
I'm excited about that one, actually.
Yeah, I'm excited for both of them, to be honest, because they both look really good.
I do love Tomb Raider games. I need to go back and finish because I started on the first of the 3.
The most recent trilogy,
But-
yeah.
Yeah, because I that was the plan 2 years ago, was I was going to go through all 3 games. But I'm halfway through the first one, so I should go back and.
The first one's good, and I like the second one a
They're really
lot.
good. I enjoy them.
Yeah, I think the second one's even better. I think the third one is
Yeah.
not as good, but also was a different team. So, Forest 3, this was a weird surprise. I mean, if you guys know anything about Forest, it's like one of those survival, like crafting games. It was like very, very popular with streamers. They had Forest and then Son of the Forest, which was like had the mute guy who had to write down stuff. Anyway, it was a very, very popular on streams. And they're like, yeah, we're doing a third game. It's fucking sci-fi survival horror shit. Like, cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
I watched a streamer react to it, and she was watching the trailer for it, and she was like, "Wait, is this Earth?"
Yeah.
And then she's just sitting there watching it, and then right towards the end, she's like, "I recognize the music.
Yeah.
Is this the forest? It's like this?" And then suddenly she's like, "Oh my god, it's the Forest 3!" and like flips out, and she's like, "My favorite game!"
Yeah.
But like no reaction up until the very end.
It was
I thought
surprising. Yeah,
funny.
it was very
Yeah.
unforest-like. They've gone in a totally different direction with the series, which is
Yeah.
cool. I did get to make the joke of when you saw the parasitic worm in the half a woman's naked woman's body. I got to be like, "Would you love me if I was a worm?" Joke, which absolutely killed. So got that going for me. But yeah, again, I don't think I'll play this. It's not my kind of game at all. But it does look fucking. I like that. I love weird, eerie sci-fi shit. So 100%. Orbitals. This was that really cute co-op adventure game that has like that retro 80s anime vibe to it that looks like amazing and adorable, and has like the interpolated frames and looks like something out of like, early Gundam and that kind of stuff, which is great.
Yeah.
So I think it's Switch 2 only for that one. Hopefully it comes to other platforms, because I'd definitely give that a go. Diablo 4, they showed off their new Lord of Hatred expansion.
Paladin class.
And the Paladin, which apparently is available right now. You can play the Paladin immediately if you pre-order. Yep. I was excited because Paladin was one of my favorite classes in Diablo 2. Curious. I need to go back. I still haven't played Vessel of Hatred. I have it. I bought it, and I just never got around to playing the expansion. But I did enjoy Diablo 4 quite a bit. I don't think it was. It definitely got hated on a lot when it came out, and then people liked it a lot, and then kind of went back and forth. It's gone through a lot of changes over the last year or so it came out. But yeah, cool to see that they're continuing to support it. Did they have a date for that? I don't know. It was like next year, right? I think it was.
Yeah,
it was like April or something.
Because Paladin was out straight away, but I don't think they had a specific date for when that's coming. I don't think it would be that far away though.
Shouldn't be. It's been a while. Like
no.
I
think it's early next year, but like maybe that's just me pulling out a number from my head. And
I think I did mention I think it was earlier this year. I was surprised to not have any news about a new expansion coming out this year.
I'll go and have a look and see what I can find.
Yeah. But I do want to get back into Diablo. I probably will actually start jumping back into it, because it is a fun game. I'm just hoping my Necromancer hasn't been too fucking nerfed by this point. 007 Last Light, they've been doing the drip feeding thing again, and they've shown off that Lenny Kravitz is apparently going to be playing the main antagonist. I don't know why. I haven't heard. I haven't seen Lenny Kravitz do anything in fucking ages. So they were just like, all right.
We do have a date for Diablo Lord of Hatred. It's April 28th.
Okay, so it is April.
Year.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, April, and it's new expansions, new campaign, new classes, and a final reckoning.
Cool.
Lenny Kravitz.
I don't trust that final reckoning. There'll be more DLC.
There'll be more DLC.
No, there will be. Yeah.
They'll bring back Baal and Diablo and.
It's an interesting one with this Lenny Kravitz one, because he, like, the way that he came out and then he did his little speech and he's like, I'm so proud of this character. He built himself up from nothing. I'm like, yeah, but you're the bad guy.
Yeah, exactly.
You're not being the bad guy.
At the end of the game. That's how this works.
You've got to make us hate you. Don't make us love you. That's not how this is supposed to work.
I'm excited for First Light, but the way they've been drip feeding this stuff, whereas like they showed off.
It's such old game marketing of like, we're going to take the hero and we're going to feed you that.
We're going to show you Q, and then we're going to show you a car, and now we're going to show you the villain, and we're going to do them each at different award shows to remind you that this game is coming out in March.
It's very consumeristic. Like, as in, we're going to show you the aspects of what makes Bond cool, and then sell you on the idea.
I wonder if it is because of like the Bond IP is like, hey, we do things in this, as opposed to like IO being like, let's because they didn't do Hitman that way. They've never done Hitman that way.
Maybe it's a Bond thing.
I'm wondering, it's who is it that has the IP rights?
MGM do.
No, but isn't there like two particular people, like sisters or something?
Broccoli are the family that own Bond.
Because I'm wondering if that's like more of a contract deal of you can use this IP, but you have to market it in this particular.
Potentially.
But it's a bit of a weird choice, but like.
I'm keen on playing it though. I mean, I love Hitman, and the game itself looks pretty good so far. It definitely looks like a more actiony kind of style version of the game, but.
We just mentioned Hitman 2 because it's not in this list. Mila Jovovich coming out stage to
talk about how she's the next elusive target after Slim Shady.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, not even a mention about like Resident Evil movies or anything. Like, perfect opportunity.
No, to be fair, she hasn't been in the Resident Evil movies for a little while now. Those were the old ones. She's still married to Paul W.S. Anderson. I was talking about this because I was like, what's Mila Jovovich doing these days? I was like, oh yeah, she was in the Monster Hunter movie. That's right.
Inside Gaming made a good point of like, what other actress can you think of has had such a prolonged career as a protagonist in like, in movies? Outside of female, maybe like Vin Diesel in Fast and Furious.
I mean, what about Bond? We were literally just talking about it.
But Bond is like
Right,
different.
but the actor changes. He's talking
Yeah,
about one specific
sure.
actor or actress.
But I mean, like Mila Jovovich is what? She played Jill. No, not Jill. She played Alice.
She was Alice.
Alice in the first 4
Yeah.
Resident Evil movies, and that was pretty much it.
Yeah.
I think.
Resident Evil Apocalypse, Extinction, Afterlife, Retribution.
I thought she was in more than 4.
5.
She's in 5.
5 of them. Yeah, the first 5. Yeah, because I know Wesker shows up in one of them.
And the final one. Well, the first
And
4
okay.
and then the final one.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, but she's also been in things like, I mean, she's Lilu in Fifth
Yeah,
Element.
yeah. I the first thing I said was Common Dallas Multipass.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, and then she's been. I mean, she has like some video game stuff for sure, and like it does make sense, and she's very cute.
Yeah.
And Hellboy and stuff. Like, so she's firmly in that nerd genre.
Yeah.
For sure. But it was funny for her to come out and be like, "Yeah, you get to kill me." I was like, "All right."
Yeah.
It is funny because I think one of the first elusive targets that they did, and that was like Gary Busey back in the day, right? That was, I think he was like one of the first ones they showed off. And I was literally just watching Predator 2 last night, and it's like, wow, like Gary Busey is that man is on a lot of cocaine.
How many have they had?
Quite a few. They've had a lot in terms of the celebrity ones.
Like Eminem.
Yeah.
What does it say? Is there a list anywhere?
I'm
what
sure there would be.
For like the celebrities.
Yeah, the celebrities that you get to kill in Hitman.
Oh, yeah.
Hitman 2, Legacy, Hitman 3.
You're looking for World of Assassination, is what you're looking for.
Yeah. I found the list, and there's just, it goes on and on.
There's a list of deaths wiki.
Yeah. And then we had Lords of the Fallen 2, which looks fucking good.
Yep. Yep.
Yep. This is coming out next year. Looks amazing. We all really enjoyed Lords of the Fallen 1. They announced that they're releasing some free DLC for that, so now we have to go back to it. Saros.
That I didn't like.
Yeah, that is a bit of a pain. Yeah, it does have DLC. It does have achievements, which is a bit of a pain to go back to it, considering, it's not on Game Pass anymore, I don't think. So, Saros, they showed off another trailer for it with some story stuff. Coming out in March, or was coming out in March, now coming out in April, so slight delay. This is from Housemarque. It's their next thing after Returnal. Looks very much in that same vein of bullet hell, third-person shooter. Looks really, really good. I like the story, like the kind of like sun kind of world-eating kind of thing going on. But again, it won't be coming to Xbox, so I don't think we'll be playing it anytime soon.
Yeah.
No Law, which is a first-person cyberpunk game from the guys who made The Ascent, Neon Giant. Looks very cyberpunk in terms of just like, I gotta get my revenge on these. I was out of the life, and then they came for me, so I now have to John Wick the shit out of them, but with cyberpunk stuff. Which, cool. I like The Ascent quite a bit. It was a bit janky, but I think it was a really, really cool idea, and I like the world. So, definitely keen to see what this is up at. And kind of what sort of size of a game this is. Like, is this like... Because The Ascent was like a relatively... I don't want to say like a small project, but it was like an isometric shooter, whereas this looks like more like a standard first-person shooter with like, I don't know.
Neon Giant kind of seemed like the studio that could support themselves doing AA games.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. I was like,
Yeah.
is this like a tight like 10 to 15 hour single player?
I'm hoping because like this No Law seems. I'm just basing this off the trailer, but it seems like one of those games that's going to be perfect for Game Pass.
Yes, yeah, totally agree. In the same way that Ascent was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and then a slightly controversial figure came out to talk about Warhammer.
Yep.
Oh boy, I was like,
This was an interesting one.
I was just like, yeah.
Clearly,
That's an interesting choice of
David Harbour
announcer.
and he's like, I'm in the game. He's like, and to be fair, he's a huge Warhammer nerd, and he like spent a shitload of money on 40k stuff.
Yeah.
I I mean, with Stranger Things and all that at the moment as well, like
It makes sense, and he's been in some
does.
games before, and he was in like the he was the one of the playable characters in the new Alone in the Dark game and all that kind of stuff. So like, it's not like he's unusual to video games.
No.
It wasn't quite like
I don't think that's our issue with it.
No, I think the main thing is the Lily Allen stuff. But
yeah.
to be fair, as Alison pointed out, a celebrity cheating on their wife is probably not the worst thing that could happen to be involved.
No, we just need to change the background music to this trailer to the new Lily Allen.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it looks cool. I mean, like, we're currently playing Space Marine 2, and this is very much just like the zoomed out version of that.
Yeah.
Looks fucking awesome. I mean, if you're, it is a perfect fit for Total War. They've already done the fantasy Warhammer style, and they've done, medieval and Rome and Shogun and all that sort of stuff. So just going 40K with it makes perfect sense. I don't know if I'll get around to playing it, but Creative Assembly tend to do good work, I was going to say.
Yeah.
The last few years for them have not been the best, but yeah.
What have they done the last few years?
I think it was Total War. I think the last Total War was pretty widely panned. They definitely had some controversies in terms of some of their releases, and some of the Warhammer stuff they've done in the past, their expansions have not been super well received, if I remember correctly.
They're the ones behind Halo Wars, right?
They did the original Halo Wars, I believe. Yes.
Oh, okay, so not two.
No, I don't think. They did one or the other. But they didn't do both. I know that much.
I'm looking them up.
Because they're owned by Sega.
No, they did do Halo Wars too. Yeah,
they did two. Okay, not one. Yeah, because one was Ensemble, I think.
And then Hyenas got cancelled.
Yeah.
So I'm looking, then everything else. Total War. Yep. Okay.
I think it was like Total War Pharaohs or something. I think it was.
Yeah, Pharaoh, Troy, Three Kingdoms.
Yeah, I think there was definitely some. I think Pharaohs was pretty widely panned.
Yeah.
And then we got Ace Combat 8, which was a big surprise. The Strange Reel is back, and if you know what I'm talking about, you're a big fucking nerd. Yeah, great. I don't know if I'll play it, but because these games get a little hardcore, but it is cool to see that they're bringing this franchise back, because it's been a long time since 7. It's been a really long time, actually. Star Wars Galactic Races coming out next year. Racing game.
Racing!
Yeah.
Pod racing!
But also not just pod racing, other racing too.
Also, it's just all of the racing. I'm so keen on this. This looks amazing.
Yeah.
I heard the sound, I was like, racing?
Yeah. So yeah, they're bringing it back. Star Wars Galactic Races. It's made by Fuse Games and Secret Mode, which apparently are from X-Criterion people. So it's definitely going to be some smashing, some arcadey shit. I like Star Wars, so I'm probably on board as long as it's not a complete shit show. Out of Words, which they showed off a trailer for this stop motion cooperative game. Looks really, really beautiful. Apparently made with real world models, so similar to the kind of
it's stock motion claymation. Sorry.
Yeah, like similar to like Harold
claymation.
Halibut and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm just worried about this kind of games now because of how average Harold Halibut was. Like like aesthetically, they're beautiful.
Sure.
But I want to play a game that has good gameplay.
I mean, this looks like a Limbo or like a side-scrolling platformer, Little Nightmares kind of thing going on for it. So I think there'd definitely be more gameplay heavy with this sort of aesthetic to draw you in.
I definitely want to play it. That was one of the ones that was on my list.
Yeah, and it's co-op, so that's always good too.
Yeah.
Phantom Blade Zero showed off they had a release date for September 9th. Looks great, but to be honest, I was like, I kind of feel like I've seen 5 of these games over the last 2 years in terms of like, like Neo 3 got shown off. They talked about that. And like,
Is this Ghost of Yote with paint?
Well, not quite. I think this is definitely more like,
I'm kidding.
Yeah, this is definitely more along the lines of something like Black Myth Wukong or Wu Chang Fallen Feathers or Wo Long or Neo or one of a million other games, unfortunately, in this franchise. Like, there's just, But it is coming. this one's been talked about for a while. I think it's a PS5 exclusive, so I didn't know too much about it. But I know people have been. There's a whole subreddit quite excited for it. So clearly something that's been talked about for a little while. Big surprise here, Mega Man. They're bringing it back. They're doing a new side-scrolling game. I'm not sure if it'll be any good, but Dual Override. It was kind of cool to see that they're working on that. That's not till next year though, but they should show off a little bit of gameplay. I'm not sure if
coming on everything too.
Yeah, coming to everything. I'm not sure if I'm a huge fan of the style in terms of like the blocky, like quite. I don't know. There's some real beauty in the old 2D styling, but whatever.
I've seen some really funny reaction videos of people going, Astro Boy? And I'm like, that was fun. That I enjoyed. And it's like, no, it's Mega Man. What are you talking about?
I did enjoy very much people going, this is the Half-Life 3 announcement, guys, and then just a screenshot of just Mega Man. And
no, it's Mega Man.
And it was, I think someone just posted a screenshot on the Half-Life subreddit with just a picture of Mega Man. They just said, lol, Lamau even. Yeah.
Amazing.
And then their last thing, one more thing.
I was going to say, when we do get a Half-Life 3 announcement eventually for this Steam device, if we ever do, it will have to be you play 1, you play 2 part 1, you play 2 part 2, you play Mega Man.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You play them in chronological order.
Otherwise, it won't make sense. And then Jeff Keighley's last thing that he kept secret is a game.
Has been kept secret by the everybody involved.
Yeah, no one has heard
no one
anything
knew about it.
this
Blah blah
game.
blah. Like, yeah.
Made from from people who made Titanfall and or Titanfall 2
Apex
and
Legends.
Apex Legends, and everyone's like, oh, what is this? What is this? And High Guard.
Wow. Okay.
I'll be honest, this looks like shit.
Yeah, I was not that impressed.
It looks like a fantasy, like it's a hero shooter. It's a fucking hero shooter.
Yeah.
It's a hero shooter in 2026. Like, are you kidding me? It's coming out January next year. It's going to be free to play, fantasy themed FPS.
Look, I know you can't get Titanfall free, but you made it before. You made Titanfall before. You could have made another FPS themed game.
Could have made Titanfall knockoff.
You could have done
You could have made a Titanfall knockoff. Everybody would have applauded you.
One of the streamers that I watch, or YouTubers that I watch, recently put up their playthrough of Titanfall 2, and they never played it before. And so they went through the entire campaign just blind.
Was this Connor?
Yeah, Connor, with C-Dog there. And just watching him play through it, I was like, I'd forgotten. I was like, I remember Titanfall 2's campaign being incredible. And I was like, was it actually that good? I was like, yeah, it fucking was. Like, there's so much good shit in that entire campaign.
It is easily the game you recommend to everybody when it's like 95% off, because it's like, do yourself a favor.
Absolutely. If you have any interest in FPS at all, like Titanfall 2 is the creme de la creme of FPS campaigns.
There's something missing on this list.
What is missing?
Marvel Rivals.
What do you mean? Marvel Rivals came out like what?
My two new characters, although I don't play Marvel Rivals, but
that was-
Gambit and Rogue.
That's just an ad.
Gambit and Rogue.
One of my Game of the Year contenders for last year.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's just an ad. I mean, they're doing some new updates for Marvel Rivals, I guess.
Hey, my two favorite characters are both in at the same time.
Deadpool
I'm
and Rogue.
fine. Gambit and Rogue.
Yeah, and Deadpool, obviously, they were like,
And Deadpool, yeah.
I'm still going to do season 4 update.
Yeah.
It keeps giving.
But okay, I just want to go back to High Guard just before we finish this out. Like,
yeah.
Like, to hold this as the thing, like we didn't talk about like all the ads for like shitty gacha games and other bullshit that showed up during this showcase.
And Hoyoverse ads.
Hoyoverse stuff and all that kind of stuff.
There was a Zenless Zone Zero ad in there.
There was, yeah. And I was like, the trailer for High Guard looked like one of those ads.
Yeah, it did.
It looked like the kind of thing where you were like, they paid a lot of money to be there, and everyone's going to forget about them immediately, and they're not even going to show up on a list like this.
Well, Kotaku said, what was it, like a 3-minute trailer in the Game Awards now goes for $1 million?
Yeah.
I'm surprised they didn't end it with either the Tomb Raider announcement or Control.
Yeah, Control would have been the perfect end announcement. Yeah.
I was surprised they ended it with that. It felt like a very like low energy at the end, and
Yeah.
like, cool, you kept it secret for so long. Okay, cool, but it's not that great.
Yeah, yeah. So I mean,
You
I
could have
think
done better and just
this thing's going to be
given
done in
us
6 months,
something
right?
better.
This is another one of
Yeah.
those games that's just not going to take off. No one's going to care about it.
Even Gang of Dragon would have been a better end card.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know.
Just give us our GTA, like.
Yeah. So I guess we'll see. I mean, especially I don't know. I mean, that's the Game Awards. I mean, those were the awards. That's the announcements. Do we have any kind of closing thoughts in terms of like how we felt about the show in general? I mean, we talked about the awards in terms of like they probably deserve what they got in terms of most of that stuff. But in terms of like the announcements here, anything you guys are super excited for?
Control. I think in terms of what was shown, though, it was a bit more disappointing than previous years.
Sure.
But it might also be the fact that I've always had the liberty of working from home and being able to enjoy the whole show, whereas in this year, I was, I was following news feeds and all that, catching up on stuff.
Yeah.
And it might just be how I engaged with it this time around.
I sat down and watched the entire thing. Like I missed the live stream, but I did catch the whole VOD and watch the whole thing through. Yeah,
I jumped in halfway through, so like I missed the whole first half of it. But I've managed to catch up on most of it just by watching like Facebook feeds and Instagram feeds and Twitter feeds, because they're all just posting sections and reactions and stuff. So I feel like I've watched the entire thing, but it's the first year that I actually watched even part of it. So yeah,
there was stuff in like previous years too that I felt like is probably like more deserving of an update. Whereas in a lot of the stuff now is just like, hey, no, we just money had it. Like, I'm going to get 007 First Light. I don't need to see it another 5 times before its release.
But it's coming out in March, so they were like, this is the last big showcase we can show off.
yeah,
But
to like
I
get people
what
to
you
see
mean.
it.
Yeah.
I think I would have liked to have seen more newer stuff. Well, like, there's a lot of new stuff coming, but like a lot of it is like,
A lot of it's really far away.
Yeah,
like,
or
the
it's
Star Wars
things
one
that are
doesn't
like,
make sense.
yeah, or already existing franchises like that we know are games coming. Like we know Control's coming. We know there's Tomb Raiders coming. We know all of this stuff. I really liked seeing Galactic Racer because I didn't know that was coming. So that was very exciting for me. I also didn't realize that Invincible
Versus.
Versus. I didn't realize that was coming.
Yeah, they showed it off live.
Announced it in June.
Yeah.
But I missed that. So that was like, I was very excited for that. And then was like, oh shit, that's already been revealed. It's not actually
Apparently
new.
it's really good in terms of like if you're a fighting game person, it's really fun.
Yeah.
I was gonna make a point. What game was it? It's funny too. Like you think years ago at previous Game Awards, how Microsoft was getting shit for not showing stuff off.
Yeah.
And then they did it. I think they started showing off some stuff last year, and now there's just complete absence again.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
But I think a lot of their stuff is like they want to do their own showcases these days, right?
Yeah.
Which
They
is
want to have it a part as their reveals rather than.
And the same reason that E3 sort of imploded was that like the big publishers want to do their own showcases and save money and not have to pay Jeff Keighley $1 million for 3 minutes of footage.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited for a lot of stuff on this list, but I'm also excited in the way that like I'll wait for, 2 Summer Games Fests from now when I'll see the release date for it at the end of the year. So it'll be like 2027, 2028. Because like so much of this stuff doesn't even have any kind of date on it, and the ones that did were early 2027 at the earliest.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Like I'll play Tomb Raider. I'll play New Lords of the Fallen.
Speaking of Remedy, when are we getting the Max Payne remake?
Yeah, they haven't talked about that in a while either. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll play
it might just be like compared to last year too. We had Witcher 4 shown off, stuff like that.
That's true. Yeah.
But
yeah.
Like even though Witcher's probably not my type of game, I can appreciate the level of that kind of announcement.
Yeah, it would have been nice to see maybe a bit more of some of the stuff that we saw. I mean, like Divinity, like again, we saw nothing about, and I get that it's still early, but Just I feel like
Which I would have been a big get for him as well, saying like, oh, our game of the year from 2 years ago is now developing. Like that's a big announcement, but it's one of those things that could be shut off down the line.
But yeah, that was the Game Awards. Let us know what your thoughts are on the Discord. There's been a lot of discussion there already.
Yep.
What else have we got before we move on? Cameron, you've got a new story in here.
So I've been talking. The only thing I got was Fallout creator Tim Kaine returned to Obsidian Entertainment. I'm just going to blitz through it. He joined it back in 2011, and co-directed The Outer Worlds before leaving in 2020 to work on a contract basis. I don't know, like, I'm interested to see what Obsidian is doing, only because you got to think Obsidian put out Avowed, Outer Worlds 2, and Grounded 2 all this year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And the only reason I wanted to mention this, I think, is that Obsidian is probably Xbox's most underrated developers.
I agree. They do great work.
Even just being honest, I know Outer Worlds 2 is probably not a game high on anybody's list. It's probably one of the games that I've enjoyed most this year.
I definitely want to get around to it. I just don't think I'm going to be able to do it this year, but we'll see. Unfortunately, I think it was only on one category for the Game Awards, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm curious to see what Obsidian are doing, as apparently, they've got a new project he's under NDA for. Sure. I guess we'll see. He does also talk about how he worked on a bunch of stuff between 2020 and 2025 that just may not ship, which is one of those things that is a real shame about the games industry, right? Is that sometimes just the games just disappear, and because you're usually under NDA, you can never talk about them, can't put them on your list. Yeah.
I would say that I'm probably a lot less retired now than I was before referencing his previous semi-retired video post in April 2023.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah. And the only other thing I was going to mention is Fallout Season 2 starts this week.
Oh, shit. Yeah, okay. I better start being ready for that. Yeah, I completely
Which
forgot about
will be interesting, considering last time, Amazon Prime is swapping us to a week posting schedule as opposed to having all the episodes drop it once.
Did they not do that last time?
I feel like all 10 episodes dropped at once last time.
Did they?
I feel.
I don't think so, because I think they
I thought it was half and half. I thought it was only the first half.
I think they did that a couple. They usually do a couple of episodes up front, because they did that with The Boys as well.
Yeah, it wasn't the whole entire thing. It was just a few at a time. I think.
I may be mistaken because I was in the last house. Prior.
We can find out.
Yeah. No, definitely we need to get ready to watch that. Actually, we might do some lights, camera, and action stuff for that, because I'm very curious how it goes.
It'd be very interesting to see how much of it. Yeah, what is it? 10th of April. Yes, I was right. All dropped on 10th of April, but it was 8 episodes.
The episode schedule, according to this, it premieres on the 17th of December.
Yeah, the new season will be week by week, but the original season was all 10th of April 2020.
Cool, there we go. Yeah. Cool. So it was once a week. So it's 17th of December, 24th of December, 31st of December, 7th of Jan, 14th of Jan, 21st of Jan, 28th of Jan, and 4th of Feb.
Which will be good because we actually do weekly LCAs this time without knowing the whole entire plot.
Yeah, true.
Definitely, we can definitely jump. Well, it will get a little bit tricky because of Christmas, but yes.
No Christmas. We just Fallout. Just Fallout.
Fuck.
And we've also got.
I just want to watch Fallout.
Yeah, it's fine.
I'll just force my 3-year-old niece to watch Fallout with me. It's fine.
That's
fine.
That's it.
What's the worst that could happen?
You haven't been at the corner of your family's Christmas on the phone just watching something intently or playing a game?
No. Oh, playing a game, but I play my gacha game.
Yeah.
Always my gacha game.
All right, before this turns into a hashtag ad, Game Pass updates. So not a lot to say here. We had Dome Keeper, a game about digging a hole. Death Howl joined December 9th. We had Mortal Kombat 1 joined December 10th. And on December 11th, we had Bratz Rhythm and Style.
Oh, okay. I get what you mean now. There is a post on Xbox Wire of all 11 games.
Uh-huh.
Because Wave 2 was put into Wave 1.
Yeah, so what is Wave 2? That's what I was asking.
Okay, sorry. Let me bring it up. I'm going to have to scroll through a whole bunch of...
and then we've got stuff that's leaving, so by the time you hear this, most of the 15th stuff will have left, but at the end of the month, we have Hell Let Loose and Carrion, and its stack are leaving Game Pass, so definitely check out Carrion. Really, really big fan of that game.
All right, where is it? So coming soon, you said Monster Train, Spray Paint Simulator, 33 Immortals.
Yeah, so anything after December 11th.
After December 11th. Okay, no, sorry. The rest of them were going to different categories. So Monster Train 2 going down to Game Pass Premium, and then
so nothing.
Yeah, the 5 games again. No, cool.
All right. Patreon.com/HallOfGamers if you want to help support the show. A huge thank you to Old Mate Clown, Cavaliers07, Hack and Pone, Kung Fu Skills, Happy Miracles, Admiral Awesome, Natolator, Lee Howard, Left for Legacy, and Venoms AU. We literally could not afford to do the show without you guys. All your money gets reinvested straight into hosting, so I can put the stuff on Buzzsprout because they charge my credit card every month. We try to do extra content for the show there, so if you're looking for extra stuff like Lights, Camera, and Action or any behind-the-scenes stuff, that's where you'll find it. And you get access to it at any paid tier from $2 all the way up to $100, whatever you can give. It's just so we give you a little bit more for helping support the show. So thank you so much. All right. What have we been playing? I will go first because I have about 2 things to talk about, and none of them are super interesting. But I've been continuing to work a little bit on Ace Attorney, Ace Investigations. So I'm about halfway through that. So I've just about finished the first game, about to start the second. And I got Clash Artifacts of Chaos done, which is the Xeno Clash spin-off game. I talked a bit about that last week with Shane because it was based on his recommendation that I play it. Finished it up. It's still very jank. Interesting game. It's definitely one of those ones where it's like I wish I had a proper map because the kind of map they give you is not great. And it was like, we talked about collectibles earlier on. Would be really helpful to label a few things. Also could have really used some fast travel. Definitely needed some more quality of life stuff. But it was a really interesting, unique game. Something I haven't seen before. But other than that, I've been traveling for work and that sort of stuff, which is, again, if you're watching the video version, why I'm sunburned. So I have I've had basically no time for video games, unfortunately. So I'm going to try and play a lot of catch up, which also means Clash was my game from last week. I have not had time to start a new game from my backlog, but I have been looking through it. And I have a couple of contenders, so I will we'll talk about that next week.
No, we picked for you. That's how this works, right?
We'll talk about it next week.
No, we picked for you. No, what was the one that I suggested off the list though? Divinity Original Sin.
Yeah, Divinity Original Sin would be a really good one, but then I wouldn't be able to play anything else for the next 6 months. It's another fucking Larian game. Char, anything on your list?
The only thing I've really been playing is Power Wash Simulator with you, Matt.
Mm-hmm. We did the Wallace and Gromit DLC. That was fun.
We did. That was actually right. That just they're just so long. They just take forever, and that's the part that I don't like. I don't like the fact that it takes so fucking long to do the levels. And then if you've washed it and you feel like you've washed it pretty well, and then they're like, no, there's still a spot of dirt, but you can't see the dirt anywhere. And when you press the button, it doesn't come up or highlight or anything. And they're like, no, but there's still dirt. And I'm like, no, there fucking isn't. And it sits there, and you're like, can you just ping so that I can move on to the next thing? Because this is wasting my life. That's the only issue right now that I have with it, is it just takes so fucking long.
It's hard to go from 2 to 1 as well.
Yeah, 2 has definitely got a lot of improvements to it.
Yeah.
I'm also I've been trying a couple of the challenge missions because you have to get gold on 5 of them. They all suck. I hate them so much.
Yeah.
Not like
it's not as chill a game as it might appear to be. It's just not. It's more frustrating than anything, especially when you're doing something and you're like, I've cleaned this. Just say I've cleaned it, or the bar's gone to nothing, but it doesn't ping yet, and you're like, but what? Why? Or it pings early and you've still got half the dirt on the thing. You're like, But how is that one different to that one? I don't understand.
Did you change your controller settings to match Power Wash 2?
Yes, I did. Yeah.
I did not, only because I was just like, that is too much effort, and I don't really want to invest
like
any more effort than I have to
3 minutes.
in this game.
Changing the
I'm doing it to help Matt.
Yeah.
I have no intention of playing this actually by myself and getting the stars. I'm doing it to help Matt, and that is about it. Like
what about you, Cameron?
that is my
Rinsed.
thing with Power Wash. I'm like that, and the fact that it still has the same connection, like not as bad as Power Wash 2. Power Wash 2 had connection issues that were way worse, but we're still getting them with Power Wash 1. Like it would just randomly kick me a bunch of times, and I'm like, oh, cool. Yeah, no, I definitely didn't want to play this game. Thanks, guys. So that's one of the games. The other one I did jump back into yesterday, and I was mentioning it earlier, is that I jumped back into Expedition 33 because I think I'm still Act 1, right? Where I'm just running around. Yeah.
Act 1, yeah.
Cool. So, because I've done the village with the little guys.
Gestrels.
Thank you. I've done all of that, and I've done Eske, and he's now part of my crew. And I don't know where I am on the map, but I found another place on the map, and that's where I then got blocked in a gazebo, and discovered that even though I have all of the accessibilities really low, and I'm on story mode, I was getting my ass kicked by this one enemy, and every time I kept trying to flee, because I was stuck in a gazebo with one exit, the enemy was right there and kept connecting back into a fight with me. So the only way I could get out of it was allow that enemy to kill me by basically doing nothing in my turns except like one attack, and I was down to one character, and then let it get to the point where I could reset back to wherever I was before, but it was just driving me a bit insane. So like, if I'm playing on story mode, I shouldn't have to deal with something quite that bad. Like that's it felt like I was basically level blocked, and I'm doing all of the things that I should be doing at the right times. So that's why I'm very confused about the fact that I'm not high enough a level to comfortably take these enemies. It's like there's just been a big level jump for some reason, and I'm like leveling up my characters as I should be. Like every time I go and see a flag and there's an update, I'm like, cool, I'm gonna go update everything I need to. I'm making sure that I've like done all of the bits and pieces. They've got the best weapons on that I've got so far. So I don't know if it's the way that I'm playing, or if it's just that I've gone into an area that I shouldn't be, but I thought this was the next area because that's where the next quest is, and like I don't quite know what I'm doing wrong, especially being in story mode, to be like, this is hard. Because that doesn't feel like it should be that hard. Like, so I was doing so well up until this point. Like, I remember talking to Matt about early game, going, yeah, I wiped this guy out, and I did one of the mimes, really early game. I did one of the mimes, and was like, took him out in one battle, and was real like, oh my God, I can't believe I did that. To then go to this, and I'm like, these guys are just like they're the guys with the big swords, and they stab themselves in the chest.
Yes, I know what you're up to. Yeah, those guys are a pain.
Yeah, so that's fun. We'll see how I go. I want to try and do a little bit more.
Yeah.
Because I do want to get through the story a bit more, but like I'm just not sure on it just yet. Like, I'm sure it'll be fine once I get through this patch, but like, if I'm playing story mode, I don't expect to get like really slammed.
It can get quite tough. Like especially the parry mechanic stuff, I think like doesn't ease up all that much, even on the lower difficulties.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, just briefly, Matt,
I know my camera's frozen. It's not even the stream. Discord for some reason has just frozen my camera. So
yeah,
sweet. All right, that's fine. I was like, wait, hang on.
Try and redo it. I don't know.
Control
down.
Just put like a sleepy hat on him.
We'll just put like an image.
My camera is fucking
cool.
All right.
You are the beginning milliseconds of a GameCube console.
I can see it. I can see it. Yeah, it's not showing for some reason, so whatever. But all right.
Oh, that's fine. Cameron, what have you been playing?
I wish I had ended on Power Wash before because I wanted to talk about dirt. I've been digging a hole.
Oh, I played this too, yeah.
Yeah, I haven't played much this week. I booted this up last night before we did Space Marine just as a little bit of fun. Has a money glitch, takes like 2 hours to complete. That was a pretty enjoyable time, just pretty mindless. Outside of that, I've mostly been busy this week. So I've done a game about digging a hole. I've done a little bit of Outer Worlds 2 and a little bit of Space Marine 2 last night. So Outer Worlds 2, where I left off, I'd finished my second playthrough. No, I was halfway through my second playthrough. And there's a gun you get called Rookie's Reward from the spaceship you've got in the game. You got to trip the power. You pick it up, and the specific thing about this gun is as you kill enemies, it levels your gun. I probably picked it up too late on my second playthrough, but I was motivated to get it done because it's just the first 20 levels of it is just underpowered. It's a pain in the ass. So I killed every NPC in the game.
Jesus Christ.
I did mass genocide for an achievement.
Of course you did.
Yeah, I do the same.
I mean, third world in, you're basically picking between the two factions. Mm-hmm. But I treat everybody as equals. I kill everybody equally. So I got that out of the way. I think the only achievements I've got left is there's getting both factions to come together. About midpoint in the game, there's one particular faction I need to pick for an achievement. There is one bugged achievement at the moment for firing like a mini black hole and killing 3 enemies. What were the other two?
There's one that Rift one, the collectible one.
Yeah, no, the Rift one won't unlock for me. I need to figure out why. The Rift one, and then the finishing the game without purchasing anything.
Yep.
But that's easy on beginning. You just run through with a hammer and just knock enemies out. But yeah, I've mostly got what I was looking for out of the game. I just got to go back and do a third playthrough when I can be bothered. Outside of that, I've been working on my 2026 goals list, which I think I said a few months ago originally it was going to be a 5.0 or higher. Mm-hmm. I've changed the rules now. It has to be over a 4.0 because some of the games I wanted to do have dropped below 4.0. However, if it is below 4.0, it has to be a game with over 200 hours.
Okay, interesting. Okay, that's so...
So the list has updated to Wolfenstein 2, Killer Instinct, Rare Replay, Warframe, Age of Empires 4, Kingdom Hearts 1.5 plus 2.5 with 2.8 as well.
Okay.
So that's only a 3.19. But the last 2 weeks, I've just had so much Kingdom Hearts content thrown at me.
Yeah.
Because of TikTok. So I'm just like, I want to play Kingdom Hearts. State of Decay 2, Need for Speed, Frostpunk 1 and 2, Hi-Fi Rush, Rise of Nations, Balatro, Below, Hand of Fate, Saifu, the rest of the Age of... I put Age of Empires Series Completion because there's games that I need to just go back and clean up. Mm-hmm. Ruiner, Super Hot, Lego 2K Drive, Dead Cells, We Happy Few, Riders Republic, and Jump Force.
It's quite a big list. I'll be curious to see how you get on. We'll be checking in with you.
Yeah, so I'm going to provide updates as I go along, but those are going to be the games that I spend the most time on. Probably starting with Kingdom Hearts because I need to scratch that itch.
Yeah, that's fair. All right, well, it looks like my camera's not coming back, so we'll just roll straight on. Word challenge, everyone's favorite competition where I come up with a game and you guess what it is. I'll give you a clue each week. The first clue was this game has hacking. Now, what kind of hacking that is, I wasn't going to say, whether it was hacking a sword, hacking a computer, whether you do the hacking or it just has hacking in it. The second clue is this game is not on Xbox. So best of luck to everyone. Go on the Discord, the Word Challenge channel. You get 1 guess per hour. If you get it right, a gift pops up sometimes if it works properly. Completions. We only have a few of them this week. Shane finished up Star Wars Episode 1 Racer, Pixel Piracy, The Casting of Frank Stone and Hurdling. Natolinator finished Tracks. The Moonzon finished Creatures of Ava and 1,000 Times Resist. Rapture finished up Battlefield. And Stubby finished up Crossy Road Castle.
Yes.
Nice.
And then on our leaderboards, we have in third place, the Grey Shark with 7,225. Mephisto for the win with 11,660. And Thrash Forever with 13,255. A much more reasonable number than the 50,000s we've been seeing over the last few weeks.
It's Christmas time. We're going to slow down, right?
Yeah, exactly. Well, we'll see. And that's pretty much going to bring us to the end of the show.
Yeah.
As always, we can find us on Twitch, Xbox Hall of Gamers. This is the place to find us. Anything you guys want to shout out?
What's pod situation for next few weeks?
Yeah, so we're probably going to do maybe one more podcast next week, and that'll be it for us. And then
January.
Till January, we'll be taking a break, and we'll come back with our Game of the Year episode, which will be probably mid-January. We haven't exactly figured out. Keep an eye on the Discord to see.
We just have to see how many people we can get on.
Yeah. No, I've still got a few fucking games to finish, so there is that too.
Well,
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So keep an eye on the Discord for our activity on there. And as always, you can catch us on YouTube on your audio platform of choice. Char does wonderful thumbnails, so you can go check those out. Thank you to my wonderful co-host, to our wonderful patrons, and our listeners and watchers at home. That has been episode 196. We will catch you guys next week. See you later.